Hey, what is up guys? It's Sin, and today I'm going to show you my glossy Razer Viper Mini and talk about the modifications I've done to it and also review the mouse a bit. So first of all, I made this mouse glossy, and the reason is, one, it looks really cool, and two is because I had the Razer Viper Ultimate before, and the Razer Viper Ultimate has side grips, which allows me to hold the mouse a lot steadier. And when I first got this mouse, I noticed how slippery it was in my hand. I couldn't properly fingertip it because it would slide off, and my hand doesn't sweat that much, so I don't really get that extra grip that I would get with like a bit of a wetter hand. So while I was on YouTube, I saw this guy make his G Pro wireless glossy, and I was like, damn, that is actually cool. And it would actually solve my problem with this mouse, which was that it was too slippery. So what I did was I bought some car polish. Let me show them what I got here, and some sandpaper. And I started from 1500 grit to 7000 grit, and I sanded around the mouse. It took me around 5 hours to take off the matte coating, and you'll know when you're done it right when it starts to gloss a bit. And then using the car polish, I added that final touch. Now the gloss doesn't look that good on camera, and the reason is because one, the camera's not that great, and the second thing is because I've used it a bit and my fingertips and my fingerprints are on it, so it doesn't look that crisp, but in real life it looks way more better. I can assure you that, and I would recommend you make this mouse glossy if you like glossy mice and have a problem with the grip of this mouse. So the second thing is I actually paracorded this mouse, and the reason is because let me show you the default stock cable. The default stock cable is literally like a shoelace. It does not want to move. It's horrible. It gets stuck in everywhere. It's not that bad for a stock cable, but it's not that good either. You know, I would not want to use it. Look at how that is. It doesn't want to move at all. But in contrast, look at how smooth this paracord cable is. Like moves with like everything, every touch that I give. So yeah, I got this paracord from paracablemods.co.uk. Shout out to them. This cable is actually pretty nice. I don't know why. I saw on the internet that some people have had a problem with paracording this mouse. They said it was very hard, but I personally didn't. It took me 5 minutes. I mean, it. Well, I could see where people could go wrong with it, but if you do it carefully, then there's no reason not to paracord this mouse. Plus, the cable's pretty bad, so I would recommend you do it. Now, second thing is these feet. I got Tiger Arc 2 feet, right? Because the Razer, I don't know why Razer claims that their feet are 100% PTFE feet, right? But the thing is, it does not feel like 100% PTFE. It's scratchy, it's not smooth. I did not like it at all. So I had to swap it out, and I swapped it out with these Tiger Arc 2s. I heard that the core pads are really well as well, but when I first got these, it was a big disappointment because it was really, really scratchy, but then I had to break it in a bit, so it took me around like a day or two to actually like rub it in for it to completely break in. And once it did, it's literally buttery smooth right now. It's really, really nice. Now, another mod that I've done is the censoring around the sensor. Now, I don't know why Razer decided to add such a shitty, I don't know what even this is. It's like a plastic piece of shit. It's horrible. It scratches. It's not nice. So I used some of the spare sandpaper that I had to sand it down properly and to remove it. And now it's not scratch anymore, so it's pretty nice. Now, you might also notice that my Razer Viper Mini does not have a backplate. Now, I removed this backplate because it takes off around 3 to 4 grams of weight, and I also removed like the bottom screws, which you don't really need because they have clips. And I also sanded down the back because due to my grip, I claw grip, right? And the back of my palm touches the back of the back of the backplate, and so I had to take off some of the edge, as you might see there. I used some sandpaper to remove the parts that was actually causing me pain. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I also glossed it a bit, just make the mouse uniform. Yeah, and so I also want to talk a bit about the sensor and the lift-off distance of this mouse. Now, it's the biggest controversy surrounding this mouse. Well, is the sensor bad? Is the lift-off distance bad? And the lift-off distance is higher than usual, but I honestly have no problem with it, and I don't know why people make a big fuss about it, but it is personal preference, and I do get that. So you can easily fix the lift off distance with the Razer Synapse, but Razer Synapse gave me tracking issues, so I decided to go for a more, I don't know, ghetto method, I guess. So I got black electrical tape, make sure it's black and it's translucent, not transparent, opaque, I mean, sorry. And with that, cover 95% of the sensor. You see that, not the sensor, but like the plastic triangular bit. So try to cover 95% of that, and then see if that fixes your lift off distance. If your mouse does not track, then lower it down like a couple millimeters until it's until your mouse tracks and you feel like you've eliminated the high lift off distance. I personally don't need to do that. I did that before. I don't really see the need to do it because the tape has a sticky side and it starts to gather dust and it starts to peel off, and it's just this mouse is pretty damn fine without the tape or any lift off distance fixes, I guess. Yeah, the 3359 sensor, it's decent. It's a great sensor. I can't tell the difference between the 3359 or a 3358 or a 3399. Now the shape. I want to talk about the shape. The shape is pretty nice. It's really good shape. It's safe. It's ambidextrous. You can use it if you're left or right-handed. And one more thing about the shape is that it's great for fingertip. Now I personally don't fingertip that much in games. I do fingertip in Kovacs, but this shape is godlike for fingertipping. It's actually insane. I do claw, and it's also great for claw, but for a claw mouse, I would rather have the Hati S than the Viper Mini because the Hati S has like a bigger back, so I think it would be way easier to claw. Now I'm also gonna talk a bit about the clicks. Now, like I said, I had the Razer Viper Ultimate, and with the Razer Viper Ultimate, the clicks were absolutely horrible. They were mushy, they were not nice, they were not satisfying. They fixed that in this mouse. These clicks are pretty nice. Give them a listen. Now, I also tested out the side buttons a bit. Some people don't like the side button placement. Honestly, it does not bother me. I can easily hit both of them without any issues. Yeah, and that's it. I overall recommend this mouse. It's a great mouse, and with the modifications, it's near end game worthy. I have no issue with this mouse. It's perfect for me. I like the shape. The sensor isn't causing a problem for me, and I personalized it for my own liking. I made it glossy, and I recommend you do so as well. So if you're gonna try and modify your Viper Mini, I recommend you swap out the feet because the feet are bad, and you get a paracord. You don't really need to remove the backplate or make it glossy, but if you want to, hey, that's on you. It's pretty good. So thank you for watching this video. Make sure to like and comment if I should make more videos like this. And tomorrow or the day after, I am going to make a G203 versus G Pro Hero versus G305. Like, I mean, the egg mouse comparison videos and which mouse you should get. So yeah, thanks for watching.